Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with July 3rd's Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, where you take a pen from your Pinterest board and let it inspire you. And here's the pen that I have. It is for clusters, embellishment clusters, and I never feel like I'm very good at it, so I felt like if I found some that would help me, that would be great. And then I'm decided to combine it with a challenge that Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life is having over at 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And she created this sketch, and it is stunning. There are no florals on my layout, but that's okay. I decided to use the Simple Stories School Life Collection Kit. And I got this at Tuesday morning and have not used it. I've just opened it so that I could get into it. But at this point in time, I had not used anything, but I did dump the little ephemera bits into this little container so I could fiddle through them a little easier than pulling them out of the package. And then I have these chipboard frames that are super cool. And so I want to try and use one of those because in the sketch, she's got some like drawn out frames. And I have this picture of my son. He was nominated for a Young Achievers Award, and so they do a photo shoot and it's all fancy, and then they put it up on these boards in the mall. Henceforth, that bright shiny blue thing in the middle of the picture is the glare from the store behind us. So the little pink on there is covering up the name of my kiddo's school. He's not there anymore, but you know. And so I will take those off before they go in my book, but not until after my layout share at the end of the month. So anyway, so I'm going to use these little clusters here, and hopefully that will help me out with that where that flower is up at the top. And I'm hoping to use one of those chipboard frames. So I've got some embellishments, my papers, and this awesome sketch and this pen. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was flip through all these papers. Oh, these papers are great. I love them. I have a couple of back to school kind of things. I think one of them is actually called Back to School by Echo Park. And I like it, but it's all about like being at school and, you know, like your first day of school, school picture, all that. But this one had so many neat things that were just a really fitting for what I wanted to do. So I really want to use a frame, but they're all the wrong direction. Like they are either too small or they're horizontal and my picture is vertical. So I pull this one out that you see over there on the left, and I'm hoping that I can get that to work for me. And then on the sketch, there is a strip above up and down the right side and up, or the left side, and up and across the top. And that could be that her intention is to cut your front paper down and have that border from what's in the back, but I really didn't want to use an entire sheet of paper that way. Sorry, my desk has got a little thing on it, keeps clicking. Anyway, instead of using an entire paper that way, I got a black piece of cardstock and I cut a 1/2 inch strip up and down, up one side and across the top of this little pom-pom paper, because this frame that I'm going to use has those pom-poms on it too, and I really love that. And I know it's supposed to be like a little banner or cross, whatever, it's fine. I'm going to make that work, you all. I really am, and you aren't even going to know that it's the wrong direction. And I really, really, really love the way that this layout turned out, and I'm super excited about posting it. So I use that cut apart tag that says Reach for the Stars. And since it's black, that's the one I really wanted to use because of what is going on in this picture. So because it's black or like a dark charcoaly color, I went ahead and matted it in that same pom-pom paper. And I'm going to just use that where she has journaling over there on the side. I'm going to use that there. My journaling will probably... I'm not sure I'll put too much journaling on here because I journaled the pictures when we went to get these professional pictures done. So she has a grid in the background. I decided to take my shimmer sprays in white linen and just take the end of the little spray stick and just trace up and down, or not trace, but just draw up and down. I'm just making sure that it's going to show at the top and the sides. And so I do that with these 6 stripes. And then I just take a little piece of plastic and smear it down so it's not bubbling up and super thick. And now that it is completely dry, it is still pretty much as bold as it is right there. I was worried it would disappear into the paper. And it's shiny. So then I asked my son, who was in my room at the time, what other color I should do the other stripes with, because on the sketch it has another color. He selected orange. There is orange. I gave him the options of what was in the paper, and there is orange. So he picked orange, and this is carved pumpkin from Tim Holtz. And it is not a shimmer, it's just a distress oxide. So I was hoping that it also would not disappear into the page, and it doesn't. It kind of turns a little more peachy, which is okay because the orange color is like a light shade of orange, so it's not too terribly bold, and I like the way that it turned out. And most of that's going to get covered up except for, well, you can see right there what's not going to get covered up. So I am going to put my picture down and then tuck this little tag in. Just the bottom corner is going to get covered. I want all the words and the stars to be visible. And so then I was adjusting a little bit because I was lining it up with the line I made, not the line of the paper. And obviously my line was not necessarily straight. Shocking. So I get that down, and I do have some double-sided adhesive on there, but I also have some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive because it's going on that mixed media as well as it's kind of a bulky item. So I get that on there, and I am working on the very bottom right corner. Looks like there's either a tear and there was some paper behind there, but I took that same pom-pom paper, and this is actually from the branding strip, and just tore a little piece of it, and I tore the top and the left, and then I put it in the bottom corner and then trim off the excess so it looks like I have torn that black paper. So it kind of looks like I have matted this black paper on top of that pom-pom paper. So, and I'm loving that. So then I make the mistake I make often and put my mixed media down, and before putting clusters and stuff, because, you know, that's the right thing to do. No, it's not. Whatever. I covered my picture and I splattered some of the carved pumpkin in the bottom 2 corners, and then some of the white linen shimmers in the top corner. I left the top left corner unsplattered. I just felt like I wanted to have that triangle effect. So here I am covering the little thing that said, I don't even remember what it said. And so I use the star student thing and I put that down, and it covers the words, and you can't even see it anymore. And I love how it turned out. I think that it is super cute. My dog is playing with his toy in the background. I apologize if you can hear that. So I get out the sticker sheet because now I'm working on the pin part, my Pinterest pin, and building a cluster. I got out my Creative Memories circle punch, and I made one of the 2 small ones, one out of the white graph paper and one out of like ruler paper, and it's red, and that's my son's favorite color, plus it's a color he's wearing in his shirt. So I cut a circle out, and I'm going to just use those as well as some of the ephemera and a sticker from this collection to build this cluster up here at the top. And I use this little pencil and a little push pin, and then I'm going to add a sticker from that sticker sheet right there that's a paper clip, and I'm putting it all on that same pom-pom paper, just part of the branding strip still. I do my very best to use up and utilize every little bit of paper. I do not like wasting. So I went through the ephemera kit and pulled out all these little things that I thought I could use. I knew I was not putting all of that on here, but I did want to have it out so I could kind of have what I needed while I was trying to build the little cluster. And so I get that cluster up there built, and when I'm done, I'm actually going to add one more thing, a little paperclip sticker. And when I'm done, I'm going to put it on fun foam because originally I thought I'd put it over the top corner of the frame, but that pencil coming down covered my kiddo's name and part of the little blurb about how awesome he is. And so I thought that I would go ahead and put it up on fun foam since the frame is chipboard, so it's, you know, obviously taller, and so it has more dimension. So I wanted to make sure that I got that on the foam. So I put it on foam, and I do put a little strip of foam on the back of the top part of the pencil so that it's not dipping down. And so here I am putting some adhesive on there, and I'm going to lay it down on the top of the frame and realize that's not going to work for me. And so then I decide to put fun foam on the back. Yay, go me! And this collection is so neat. I really, really love it, and I look forward to documenting some more. I have, oddly enough, scrapbooked my son's kindergarten through 5th grade and 6th and 7th grade, most of it. And I have documented my daughter's middle school and high school, but not her elementary school. It's so weird. Now, my son is only in 7th, just finished 7th grade, so I'm right on par with him, but I'm behind with my girl. So those were the crazy years. That's mine. Haven't documented them yet. So anyway, I get that little cluster down, and I'm really, really happy with it. That pin on Pinterest really was helpful because it was showing me ways to use like little circles, because I could never figure, you know, like I have a hard time, you know, knowing what's going to look good together, and, you know, I don't want to cover too much of this or too much of that. So it was a good starting point for me. So now I put 3 little dots of glue, and in the bottom left corner, it's perfectly fine. In the top right corner, I have the ink splatters that are also white, and I had to think, which one of these was glue? Dope. So I put the 3 little stars up here at the top. And because there's already a star in that bottom corner where it says star student, and I plan on adding something else that says something about a star, I don't put 3 stars. I do 2 stars and a little push pin. And that brings the push pins from, there's like a little triangle effect of push pins, because I'm going to add one more elsewhere. So I felt like that was going to give me that little cluster of, or that little triangle of 3. So then I decide, because I want the title on the sketch is underneath the picture. And while Reach for the Stars could totally be my title, I decided that I really wanted to add something down there. So I went ahead and decided to build another cluster. And I'm going to put it in the bottom where the title goes and use one of these little word phrases. And that could also be my title. So I pull this orange one off because orange seems to be the theme we're working with. And dog is driving me crazy. And it says Star Student. And I get another little piece of that branding strip. And I'm just going to put it straight on there. And I thought, nope, I'm going to build a cluster. I made another couple of circle punches. One in the grid paper and one from this cut apart that I had already cut into of books. And so I just layer those up and add the 3rd push pin and that little phrase that says Star Student, and I put that down here and I tuck it under the frame a little bit because that circle with the grid paper is not a full circle, because I couldn't make it a full circle. So I get that on there, and then I'm pretty much done. I'm going to show you all the sketch and the pin again. I really, really, really love the way this turned out. I got an approval from my 13-year-old, so I felt like that was good. You all should go to 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. She has this layout posted right now, or the sketch posted right now, and you have till July the 5th to get it created. And then your name goes in a drawing, I do believe. And then, like I said, you should also follow along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. Crystal Barrett started it about a year or so ago, and I've never participated till this year, and I am loving it already. I have created 4 layouts, 3 sets of layouts, and I am really getting some stuff done that I never would have imagined. Yesterday's sketch was totally new for me, and I used so many scraps that just made my heart happy. So please go down in the description box and follow along, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow for July the 4th. Have a great day and happy scrapping.